Welcome to the CRE report. Is Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent getting ready to reduce the permitting timelines, construction timelines, and development impact fees all across the country? He was in Los Angeles yesterday at the Milken Institute Global Conference 2025 and basically said as much. I'll play the clip for you here in just a moment. Before I do, I want to share with you a brand new study comes out that talks about how it now takes twice as much to build multifamily housing in California than it does in Texas. And it talks about state and local policies are much, much longer, higher development fees, gives you some specifics here that I want to share with you. It talks about here in California, it takes more than 22 months. So 22 months longer than the average time required in Texas to complete a project. Municipal and impact development fees, $29,000 per unit in California compared to less than $1,000 per unit on average in Texas, $12,000 in Colorado. Here's where it gets interesting. I want you to remember this as I play this clip of Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent for you. It says here, the report recommends that California policymakers consider adopting rules similar to a Texas state law that requires local jurisdictions to approve or deny a proposal for a housing development within 30 days, or else it is presumed to be approved. The report also recommends that policymakers reconsider the effects of municipal impact and development fees that are roughly 10 to 40 times the level observed in Texas. I want you to take a moment and just ask yourself, because I'm going to share with you the actual development impact fees for one of our projects here for a self-storage project in California. So before I play this clip of Secretary Scott Bessent in regards to permitting and what they're going to do across the country, just for a moment, just ask yourself, hey, if I was to build a storage project in California, like what would you guess the development impact fees would be? Make a mental note of that. I will show you in just a moment. All right, here's Secretary Scott Bessent, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, yesterday, again, at the Milken Institute in Los Angeles, 2025. He went on to say this.
Easy playbook, but the real impetus is going to be on permitting across all industries. And that's where the EPA comes in, putting pressure on state and the federal government's going to put pressure on state and local governments to speed up the process, the permitting process. So, what's the use in giving 1 year depreciation if it's 36 months to break ground? So one CEO recently told me, he was talking about the difference between doing business in Texas and Illinois. He said, we started a project in Texas from the day we went to the city of Houston to talk about it to the day I cut the ribbon, took 2.5 years. In Chicago, we are still 7 years into the planning process. So we want to make everyone look more like Texas.
Well, you're in an area here.
That's powerful. We want to make everywhere else look more like Texas. You just heard the data I shared with you from that RAND Corporation study. So we'll see how well Secretary Bessent can play this out and how it bears out. Now, I want to share this with you as well. This is a development impact fee for one of our projects. Again, this is a self-storage project in California. I just want you to think for a moment, hey, what would it cost for a development impact fee to do a self-storage project? Well, you can see the numbers here. Total development impact fees over $1 million for a self-storage project here in California. A couple of things I want you to note. We all love the arts, but you can see here, 1% of our development impact fee is going to public arts. The other one that I will comment more about at a later date, a contribution to the Moreno Valley Community Foundation of $350,000. So just would love to know your theory. Can Secretary Bessent end up reducing the timelines when it comes to permitting, development impact fees? And can he do that sweeping across the nation, specifically here in California, where we know we've got housing challenges? We'd love to know your thoughts. We'd love to know your point of view. Please share. And of course, as always, share this video with your friends and colleagues. And thank you for tuning in to the CRE Report.